T-minus 30 seconds.
T-minus 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
10, 9,
9, 8, 7, 6,
6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
0.
Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we petty men walk under his huge legs and peep about, to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. So go the famous lines from Act 1, Scene 2 in the Rosicrucian Thespian tome Julius Caesar, whereby Cassius attempts to persuade Brutus to end the tyranny under Caesar. That is the Shakespearean scene which inspired the title of the book The Fault in Our Stars by John Green in 2012, and the subsequent film in 2014. The book, which in turn is said to have inspired SpaceX to name its planned constellation of satellites Starlink, which has now begun to officially put the first fully functional satellites into orbit, following a test run launch of 60 preliminary sats in May of this year. 60 satellites, each roughly the size of a table, 100 miles up in the sky, maybe 200 or 300, yet visible to the naked eye. Constellations. This is the term being used to describe the configurations of these data-distributing man-made luminaries. Allegedly man-made luminaries. Never mind the absurdities of the computer-controlled upright rocket landings. Never mind the fisheye foolishness. Never mind the almost artificial-looking re-entry damage on the Falcon fuselage. Never mind the laughable claim that even the clamshell cargo bay pieces are said to be reused after re-entry as well. To try and find the dividing line between where the genuine hardware ends and the Hollywood special effects begins is almost secondary to me now. Because I'm still far more confounded by questions like, what am I really looking at here, if not some table-sized computers orbiting around a globe? Why is it so startling to realize that there does indeed seem to be so many parallels between ancient astrology and modern astronomy? If for millennia the zodiac has been used as a sort of self-deluding mirror, giving information and guidance that appeals to our fallen flesh, does it ultimately matter if it's done through consulting a mystic, or done through the exuberance of building our own Starlinks using rockets and software? Do we not look into these digital mirrors in the same ways man always has, imagining that we can be whoever and whatever we believe we can be, wanting to receive direction and power from above, but to be in charge of our own destiny at the same time? Some days I confess I grow very weary of the constant push to become ever more star-linked in this world. And it is indeed incredible to see the extent to which human beings will sooner embrace the specter of totalitarian technocratic rule over the entire Earth than surrender to and embrace the idea of an all-powerful, loving creator. We'd rather distract ourselves by playing the stars in our own little virtual reality shows. We'd rather swim in the digital astral ocean of data that beams down with increasing frequency and bandwidth, until there is nowhere we can roam under the sun where the Starlink does not shine on us. We'd rather live in constant consultation with the stars. These stars said to be made by human hands.
There's nothing more annoying than when dodgy internet ruins a perfectly good Netflix and chill. But could SpaceX's CEO Elon Musk's new Starlink network project be about to change this?
Blasted off from a Falcon 9 rocket, Musk successfully launched the first 60 satellites of thousands that will deploy in the hope to eventually provide a low-cost, high-performance internet access anywhere in the world.
It essentially means rebuilding the internet, but this time in space. So how will Starlink work, and when can we expect to benefit from it?
So the focus is going to be on creating a global communication system. This is quite an ambitious effort. So we're really talking about something which is, it's in the long term, it would be like rebuilding the internet in space. And the goal will be to have a majority of long-distance internet traffic go over this network. And it's a really difficult technical problem to solve. And at the same time, we also make sure we don't create Skynet. Ironically, the server room at SpaceX jokingly was called Skynet.
A journey to another planet, a manned mission to Mars.
I should tell you that the first mission is scheduled to land on Mars on July the 4th, 1997, Independence Day.
We will undertake extended human missions to the moon as early as 2015, with the goal of living and working there for increasingly extended periods of time. Human missions to Mars